Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Got the brother Rip Michaels. Rip, what up?
Man, I'm excited to be here, man. We got the same color jacket, but yours is real and mine isn't. That's
They said that you was down. They said that you were taking your COVID test and you were taking too long, but you said somebody left you downstairs. You can't say that person's name because we can't
I was
say his
downstairs
name
for a
right
minute,
now.
man. I was downstairs for a minute. I started to sell waters and candy bars with like the kids on the train. I was down there so long. I was like, I need another job because this ain't working. I got to get more famous. That's what I feel like. I was downstairs so long. I was like, Rip, you're not famous enough yet. That's what it is.
I think, Rip, man, I was going to ask, like, is there anybody in the comedy world making more money than you off promoting right now?
I don't really do it out for promoting. I do it because I was selling out stuff by myself.
Okay.
And I was like, instead of being selfish, I started bringing my friends along. And I was like, why am I just doing this theater? Why don't I just involve people that don't do theaters and don't do arenas? And that's where that started from. It wasn't even like I was trying to promote it. I was just trying to open my platform for people.
Wow.
Rip, why?
You did the first one. You did the one we did way out in Westbury.
Yeah, damn. You're right.
I was going to ask you, Rip. So for y'all that don't know, Rip is he's been putting on these shows for a long time. He's been hosting my podcast. We've been doing shows together. We just came off a tour. We did the Fall Back in Love comedy tour, which was Little Duval. It was Monica, Mario, Jacquees, August Alsina, and Trey Songz. You've been mixing a lot of that. I wanted to ask. I was talking to somebody today, right? Why do I feel like people don't necessarily give you the support and love that you should have for doing all the stuff? And why don't I feel like people don't F with you the same as they fuck with other comedians?
That's a good question. I have no reason or understanding why that is either. Like, I just don't think people realize that it's actually me doing it. I think that people think that deep down it's some other group or I'm just selling shows, but it's actually me. Like, when I started Wild Out, that was actually in Queens at Amazon with 1,500 people when I took my credit card, maxed it out, and sold my car just to get that off the ground. And I think people don't realize that. I think that they don't understand that it's actually me out here doing it. I used to promote it with my daughter, and she used to be giving out the flyers and stuff. So that's how I started.
But they got to mess with you. They got to mess with you because think about the lineups you'd be having. If
Yeah.
people didn't like you or didn't trust you, they wouldn't go on the road with you.
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. I think that it's turning over to be that. I really do start, especially with Fall Back in Love. I think people starting to realize that because no one in the country is putting on shows and selling them out in 3 weeks. Like me, Envy will tell you, we put Fall Back on Love, and we're going against everybody. We going against you talking about Straight Jokes No Chaser. We on the same weekend as Future, and we're doing bigger numbers than they are with only 3 weeks of promotion.
Wow. And who's in New York? You got Tiffany Haddish.
Oh, it's the April Fool's Day comedy show.
April Fool's Day comedy show. Tiffany Haddish, The Baby, Bill Bellamy, Donnell Rawlings, Ha Davis, Faison Love, Emmanuel Hudson, Conceited, Adele Givens. Sound like somebody messed with you to me, Rip. I don't know what you're
And I got The Baby and Bobby Smurda too. So
that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't even understand that.
I just got on the phone. I called all my friends that I know, and I was like, hey, let's do this. And we put that show on sale 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
2 weeks ago.
Sold out?
Not yet, but we definitely gonna hit that. We definitely gonna do 15,000. I mean, we sold out the Garden, and I still got that record from 23 days, and I did it in a circle and did 20,000 people in 23 days.
Wow.
Now you were in the middle of the Tory Lanez, August Alsina slap fest.
Why did I feel like that was coming? I knew that was coming.
Nah, because they said some things about you, and you were upset about it for a while. So what happened during that time?
First of all, to refute, that is not true. That you can see that there's a real Fall Back in Love. You can attest to that too, because I heard him come up here and say, "Oh, there is no tour. There was just a one-off date that he did." Remember that he was saying all that nonsense. So no, we took Tory off of the tour because of his behavior. And as you can see, he's actually on his own tour with R. Kelly that they got coming up, and I think that's gonna be crazy.
Stop.
Behind the bars.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
So I see he had bigger things to do. So that's
Jesus Christ.
What, too far? Did I go too far?
What was his behavior like?
A little too far.
We all know Tory Lanez. I think you know Tory to just be absolutely Tory Lanez. I think that's the best way to describe it. I think he shot his shot with Meg, and he's just
This guy just doesn't stop. This guy doesn't stop, man.
I'm sorry, too far. I just gonna be myself, man. I just got to be myself. Y'all was watching Linnell's OnlyFans, so I figured,
You said Linnell's OnlyFans.
Yeah, because you was talking about that. You want to see the elephant ears with brown sugar, collard green juice, or whatever the hell you was talking about.
Jesus Christ.
And you with me on season 19 and 20 of Wild 'N Out. That's another.
Yes.
Nick Cannon definitely rocks with you.
Yes.
You used to write on Nick Cannon's daytime talk show as well.
Yep, had writing for that. That actually started because I was writing when he hosted for Wendy, and they offered, that's such a cool dude, they offered him Wendy's spot, and he said no. And we both turned it down and then turned it into his own huge talk show.
Wow.
You was on it for a couple times too, right?
I was definitely on it a couple of times. That's what I'm saying. People mess with Rip in a real way. Maybe Rip just want the underdog status. You know what I mean? To keep people off him. But Rip, people rock with Rip.
Who would you say, Envy?
I don't think so.
See?
God damn.
No. I really don't think so. Because, you know, what Rip has done for the culture, I think if this would have been any other comedian, I think it would be giving him more accolades. Like, we talk about some of the stuff, like he sells out venues, not small theaters, not small clubs. He sells out arenas. Like, you know, I was talking to Lil Duval. Lil Duval was like, yo, Envy, why do you DJ so much? Why do you DJ like you broke? And I'm like, this is fun. We do this with Rip. Me and Rip do it, and we're DJing in front of 25,000 people. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's all family involved, but he does this every city, and not just the big cities, the New Yorks and the LAs. Like, he's going to, you know, shout to Detroit, what up, Doe? He's going to Dallas, he's going to Houston, he's going to San Francisco, he's going to Oakland, he's going to the Carolinas. So he's bringing that to all these places, but he's selling out, and everybody's having a good time. I just feel like more people should be like, damn, he's doing that. 'Cause I don't see any comedian doing that on their own and putting up their own money.
I wonder if people know. I mean, we know because we in the business. I wonder how many people actually know. It ain't like you out here like Don King or, you know, Diddy all up in the video. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Dancing the video, taking it. We go on stage with everybody. No, I don't think, I don't put it out there like that, to be totally honest. I don't put it out there. I all make it about the showing for the fans, and I make it about the culture and us actually showing that we can do these numbers. Because, I mean, to be totally honest, probably the only minority that's out here doing these type of numbers. And that's the first time you ever seen R&B and comedy put together. That's something that was just revolutionary. And people were like, how is this even going to work? And then I take people that's probably not going to be on tour at the time. I take people with, like, that got things going on in their community. I'll be like, no, I still going to rock with you. Like, I put Trey on when Trey was going through all this stuff. Tiffany, this is her first time coming back since she's been going through all her stuff. The baby, I put him on because he's been going through all this stuff. This is the first time he's doing it.
I think you do that because you get a cheaper price. That's why I think you do
I really don't. I really don't get a cheaper price. I just feel like, you know what? I'm a fan, number one, and I think that I'm going to open up my platform because I think they mess with you. I think that's going to be dope.
I mean, that's real because the reality is, I like what you're doing, but some people might be like, oh, that's going to hurt your show. You know,
a lot of people say that.
People on it. Yeah.
A lot of people say that, but then when they come, my fan base, and I got a big shout out to them, and Envy fan base, they come and they embrace it. They put their little negative comments on, but when they actually come, they go like, you know what, this person isn't canceled. I'm still a huge fan. When the songs start coming on, it takes them back, and to be able to do that, I put Monique on before Monique was going out. After we did the Monique show, she was everywhere after that. Once they saw we put her on 2 arenas, then she started getting everything again.
You did the T.I. show too when T.I. had the incident in Brooklyn. You did that one too.
Yeah, I was T.I.'s first time on stage too, and I was Tip saying, hey yo man, I want to do this stuff. I was like, come on, let's go, let's get it.
Yeah, I mean I didn't believe it at first either though. I'm not gonna lie. Because I remember you called me up and wanted me to invest, and he said he wanted to go half, and then he told me the price of the Barclays, and the price of the Barclays at the time was what?
It's
$160,000, and I was like, okay, so half is 80, and then we got to pay for all the acts and all that. I'm like, nah, I'll pass. I didn't believe. I was like, I didn't believe. You know, I'm doing these car shows, and he sold out. He sold out every city.
Yo, the Garden is the one that surprised you. The Garden is $550,000 to rent.
Damn,
just to rent it, and that's like a feat. I never. When they told me that, I was like, "What?" I grabbed my shirt like I had a nightgown on.
I grabbed my pearls
like your mama did when she like you. Like, so yeah, that was expensive. So I think that's probably the riskiest thing I did because I did it on a Thursday and we did it with 20 days on sale.
Damn, and sold out.
Sold it out, complete every single seat.
Damn, that's crazy.
Wow.
Now you also got a show on Urban Eats and Treats.
Yes, and thank you for being a part of that, man. That was a lot of fun too, man. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like when I say Rip ain't got no friends, I was the first person on his show. I'm not
buying this.
He ain't got no real friends because I was the first person he called.
Yeah, I was the first person he called.
See?
And it be so cool. I called him and he was like, he didn't even know what the show was. He was like, Rip, I'm just gonna do it. I don't know what it is. Just send it over to my people, but you can count me in. So that's just been cool. But why come I ain't never been on your show, man? You never invite me. I want to be on the Charlamagne Effect.
Let's do it.
Okay.
You heard that.
You like that, right? Because he didn't catch it. I want to be on all his platforms.
Brilliant Charlamagne.
But some of the Black Effect, some of the Comedy Central money.
Oh, man.
So I threw my bid in for every single thing at one time.
Nah, Rip, you always welcome. I mean, like, I think another thing people know about you as an entertainer, Rip always going to deliver.
Well, thank you, man. That means a lot coming from you because you're really hard on comedians.
Well, I got
you're very selective.
There's two types of comedians I like. Funny ones and non-funny ones. And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, boy.
I like watching people bomb. But I think stand-up is the hardest thing in the world to do. I think when you get on that stage and it's just you versus that crowd and you got to make them laugh, they have the expectation of laughter, that's the hardest thing in the world. So I respect anybody who goes up on that stage to try it. But, boy, sometimes seeing a good bomb and Rip.
You love it? That's the thing?
It's kind of funny, man.
That's all.
No, he loves that. He loves it.
I know he does. He gets
loves it. He gets the joy out of it.
Westbrook, he by the stage going like this. Oh, they about to give it to him. And the energy coming up like, ooh.
But then when people, it's weird because I laugh when I see people bomb, but when people are really funny, I don't laugh that much because I'm taking it in. That's why I like watching. I like going to stand-up specials, but I actually like watching them on TV more because you can hear every joke. You know what I'm saying? You can hear you can see when a comedian's pausing. Like when you there, everybody laughing, you might miss the next punchline.
That is true. But you know you're a hard critic, man. I don't think you can name your top 5 comedians that's not famous.
That's not famous?
That's not like Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle.
Akash Singh. You know Akash?
Of course.
Akash is funny. Who else is funny that's not famous? Hold on, give me a second. That's not famous. It's not too many of them that's really,
Andrew Schultz? You like Andrew?
Andrew popping. Andrew saw Radio
Not
City
that,
twice.
yeah.
I count Andrew as famous, man.
Okay. So
You
no,
know
I'm
what
talking about like Chris Rock status. How about that?
I mean,
Like
but
international.
there's only one Chris Rock, though. There's this guy I be watching all the time. I can't remember his name, but he's from, like, India. He just did this. I saw him do this funny-ass joke about about pronouns. It wasn't about transgenders. It was about pronouns.
Okay.
And it was like a dinner joke. I can't remember his name, and I follow him on Instagram. I don't know who else. Who else? Give me some other ones.
See, I told you hard critic. You couldn't even name 5. See, prove my point. You ain't say TK Kirkland. You ain't say nobody.
But those are legends to me, though. Like those guys are solidified.
We all underground like that. No one's on that larger platform.
I would say TK, of
so you
course.
talking about them? I thought you talking about like new people that people don't know.
I like TK. I like Capone.
Oh, that's easy then. TK Kirkland. Would you count Donnell Rollins?
Mm-hmm.
Donnell Rollins.
I would do Donnell.
Amanda. I think Amanda Seals.
I had never seen Amanda do
Amanda does stand-up.
I never seen Amanda do stand-up.
I think
next time she's in town, I'm gonna go see.
I like Just Hilarious on stage as a stand-up. What about like Chico and Carlos? Like
Beast.
That's what I'm saying. Would you count them?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like Chico and Carlos. I haven't seen
Okay.
Amanda. I haven't seen Jess.
So I'll put Andrew in
I've
there
had
too.
Jess on it too.
I haven't seen Jess.
Ryan Davis.
Ryan Davis.
You know, I didn't know you was talking about like. To me, all those people popping.
Okay.
If you can go to a comedy show and leave with 50,000, 60,000 a weekend, 80,000 a weekend, you popping to me. Duval, of course. You know what I mean?
But see, people don't see it like that. Like I do arenas, and you talking about grossing 1.6, 1.7 on the weekend.
Yeah.
Per show. So it's like it was still nobody's a household name.
I get what you're saying. I mean, see, that's interesting because all those people are household names to me. So I get what you're saying. If Chris and Dave, like they out of here. That's you know what I mean? Like who is on their level? Cat maybe.
Cat.
Who else? I can't think. Lunell. Yeah. Lunell's another one.
Yeah.
I would say Lunell's. I would put her in that category too.
Linnell's a beast. I had her a couple times.
Some more. My God.
a beast. Samore's dope.
My God. Some more is hilarious. So, I mean, yeah, I didn't even think of them because to me they made men and women already.
Gotcha. I feel you look.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, get your tickets April 1st. Of course, it's at the Barclays Center. Get them early. There's still some tickets available. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's music, it's comedy, and it's going to be a lot of jokes and a lot of laughs. Now, you wrote for Nick Cannon at one time for his show, right?
Yeah. We talked about that. You wasn't paying no
I wrote
attention.
the stand-up show shoot, and I was the head writer for his talk show
Now,
as well. I wrote for a lot of comedians. A lot of people don't realize that. I wrote for Anthony. I wrote for Sad. I wrote for Brandon. I wrote for a lot of people. That's what kind of got me into that lane. It's like my pen work.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you ever write a joke and be like, nah, I'm keeping this joke, or is every joke for sale? Or are you doing sets?
I'd never keep my own, so I think that's what makes me a decent writer. Because if it's funny, I want them to do it. I can't wait for them to do my material because I can't wait to see it on the platform. So no, I don't ever keep nothing for myself. I hate writers that do that. I do be writing sometimes. They be like, nah, we're not gonna get that, and they just try to give the bare minimum. I always try to give the maximum.
The funniest thing, what's the craziest thing that has ever happened to you at a show? Because we were doing a show.
I know the craziest thing I ever seen Rip do to somebody.
No, well, let me tell you what happened. So, shout to Mario. I know you didn't know I'm Mario's tour DJ. He just it wasn't.
That was awkward.
Yeah, that was awkward. Yeah.
You Mario's tour DJ?
Yeah.
He got hired, so he always get a check.
I was gonna check that. Shout out to Mario. Mario be like, all right, Envy, here's my set of songs to play. Play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go. And he's never told me that we didn't practice, but it came out good. So shout out to Mario. So I'm his tour DJ now. But after Mario gets off stage, he usually serenades the women. So Rip says, he wants to do it. So he pulls a woman up on stage and he serenades her, and then Rip pulls off the girl's wig, right? The girl starts chasing him. The girl starts chasing him around the venue. But I guess, women, they stick together. Like they girls. So he's running, chasing the girl. A girl in the audience trips Rip.
Oh, I didn't see that one though.
Bro. Rip fell, started tumbling and rolling. In the middle of the show.
I saw that online though when he snatched the girl wig off. I ain't seen nobody trip him though.
Oh, that was this weekend.
Yeah, it turned into a little fight. The girls like trip me, and I'm trying to run away from the other girl.
This is in the middle of the show.
In the middle of the show, and the cameras is falling, so you just see me tumble.
You see him tumble. And Lil Duval was next, right? Duval was next.
Yeah,
next to the stage, Lil Duval.
As I'm on the ground, like it's just hilarious because they take it serious. Like,
That's the second funniest thing I seen Rip did.
What's the first?
He was on Wildin' Out one day, and this is when that Bacon Soda song was popping by
Bacon
OT
soda.
Jennings.
I got bacon soda.
And he was doing whatever the verses with DC Young Fly, who DC funny as hell on stage too. And Rip goes, "Bacon soda, I got bacon soda," and just I don't know where he even got the powder from, and just blew it all over DC. That shit was crazy. I said, Rip play too much.
Now the funny thing is, right? One of the producers in the back was like, one thing about Rip, you have to be careful. He always has tricks with him. Like, he always has glitter. He always has
He like a
bacon
wrestler.
soda.
you talking about Rich?
She was like, he always has something with him. So you got to be extra careful with Rip.
That is true. So I've always like with Wild Now, I always looked at it like WWE. So you always got to be a character. And so I was like, why don't I just be?
Until you blow bacon soda in my face.
Bacon
But
soda. I mean, a lot of it too. Not no sprinkle. Like DC was covered. Like what the hell?
I'm sorry, D.
Jesus. Did you have a conversation, like an aggressive conveation after?
Yeah, it's turned into aggressive conversations after the fact.
Nah, DC was mad. Like, he was hot. Like DC, like he was hot. Like damn. And it was funny, but it's like God damn. DC.
Yeah, they be mad. Chico was mad. I got Chico like that, and so that was like the
you
first
did
time
Chico?
we was on the show, Chico and Carlos, and I was at the first time because I was backstage and I was like, West Indian and everything, and so I was just like, you know what? Because they was talking, I was like, we ain't did nothing West Indian, so I did that. That's where it started from. I did the Haitian voodoo dust, and I threw it all over Chico and Carlos, and they were covered like
man.
white ghosts. Their entire face
man.
was covered. The whole other team was covered, and he had on glasses, so he took his glasses off.
Oh my
the
God!
ring of where the glasses used to be.
Come on, man.
Chico had to perform in whiteface, and he was so mad at me, and they were about to fire me. Right, everybody, they all had it. Like I got voted off the island, so I was taking that long walk.
You got voted off the island?
I got voted off the island, so I was taking that long walk to go in the thing. And I could, how you about to get fired? You could just tell it because you got caught stealing something. I just knew I was fired. I was just like preparing myself to get ready to go home. And as soon as I get in there, and they start having that little fire speech of the four people. Nick walks in out of nowhere. He's like, "Yes, I love it. Keep that going. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody doing something different on Wild Now. That's what up. Keep it up." And they just folded up the little envelope they had to fire and put it back. I was like, "What y'all want to talk to me about?" Like, "Nothing, Rip. Just go back and continue what you were doing." So yeah, Nick saved me that day. That's
wow.
Definitely almost got fired for that.
But needless to say, you've never been invited on the 85 South show.
No,
one
I
time.
have not.
And now we know why.
I've never been invited on 85 South. But that's what, if you look at anything I do on Wild Now, anything I try to do, I always try to push that I go too far. Even when you ask me, like, a lot of jokes, 90% of my stuff don't even air. Like, I can't even believe some of the stuff they do air. Like, when I did the therapist joke, when we was doing Flow Job and the word was therapist and I was rapping, I was like, I'm in a white van, I'm Harvey Weinstein. And Khan goes, "Hey, man, that's not, how's that a therapist?" And I was like, "Oh, man, I thought that said the rapist." So I always do something. I'm always ahead of my time with stuff I try to do, man. So
That's funny though. That's funny.
we had to stop taping. When I did it, they had to stop taping because everybody was like, "What is wrong with you?"
But if it's funny, it's funny. That's funny.
What is wrong with Rip? That's why I think everybody goes, "What is wrong with Rip?"
Oh man.
Rip Michael, ladies and gentlemen, man.
Where they get the tickets for the April Fool's comedy show?
At Ticketmaster.com, man. It's going to be crazy. You should come this year. I know you don't come to none of my shows no more. You stopped coming.
I'm actually out the country.
Yeah, I remember that one time you told me you don't come to Rip shows no more. You said they too hood.
I ain't never said. I said
Yes, you
that.
did. Yeah, uh-huh.
You said that?
On the Breakfast Club interview, he said that. He's like, "I don't go to Rip shows. Rip shows are too hood."
Maybe I don't remember saying that, but maybe I did. I don't know.
Hey, Alexa, play back when.
My goodness. All right. Well, there you have it. It's Rip Michaels. It's the Breakfast Club. This Saturday, make sure you get your tickets for the April Fool's Day Comedy Show, the Barclays Center, and we can't wait to see you guys. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.